Hey, this is Seagrove, and I was wondering about the pro scene and who's on what team, etc. There seems to have been some changes this season. I figured other people might be interested in it as well, but I'm going to try and do this very quickly, maybe 5 minutes. Before I get into it, I wanted to let you all know there have been some changes, or the channel has been pretty slow, so I wanted to let you all know I'm getting back into 3 times a week. I just had some stuff going on that I had to handle, but I should be back in 3 times a week. Look for Wednesday, the meta forecast for the international. If not Wednesday, then definitely by Friday. Check that out. Subscribe so you don't miss anything. But let's go ahead and hop into this pro scene video where I'm going to be offending a lot of people by mispronouncing their names, forgetting that they're on a team, misspelling their name, or leaving their team off entirely. Pretty excited. Let's do it. So the pro scene and their rosters. We'll start with North American teams. There are 5 big North American teams. Going to offend some people with that as well. Pro Play Games is the first one. They're out of Florida. Ahmed Ali, Danny Altavilla, Ryan Allred, John Kettler, Hunter Butler, Serena Radu, Justin Lambert, and Finn Lynch. And you can actually be on their second or third team, I guess. I have a video about that if you want to check it out. But if you're wearing their hoodie or hat or whatever, and you're doing well at a tournament, they will reward you for doing that. The second team I wanted to talk about from North America is Ultra Reality Games. ARG runs their own circuit series where you can play in tournaments, win $1,000 or more at some of these tournaments. It's really cool that there's some team out there doing a circuit series outside of the official Pokemon series. So definitely check that out. They're really putting a lot into growing the game, which I really appreciate. And they have Michael Pramawat and Jose Marrero, Grant Manley, Connor Fitton, Michael Canaves, Kyle Sablehouse, John Eng, and Grafton Roll. So very solid lineup as well. The third of the big 5, I want to talk about Someone's PC. Someone's PC is the most grassroots of the teams. Started by Russell Lepar and some of his friends. They run someone'spc.com, obviously, and they have a YouTube channel on Someone's PC. And then also, they are an article site where you can pay to get very good content, and they're one of the cheapest, if not the cheapest, article site out there. So definitely check that out. Here's their roster: Russell Lepar, Chris DePorco, Mark Albright, Kenny Britton, Kiana Meaney, Chip Ritchie, Connor Lavelle, Israel Sosa, Natalia Fernandez, and Mark Garcia. The newest of the teams of the big 5 is Carta Magica. Very new, maybe this week or last week. And here they have a very small roster currently, but it's pretty stacked. Very concentrated team here. Joey, Rudiger, Igor, Zach Lesage, Azul, and Jimmy Pendarvis. So a very strong lineup they have there. Good luck to them as they are beginning. DDG is the last one. Here's another place I'm going to be offending some people. Their lineup is huge. I think it's like 20 people. So I just put 12, and I was like, look, man, this is bigger than a soccer team at this point. I got to cut it off somewhere. So put 12 of the players on there, but they definitely do have a larger roster. We'll run through this really quickly. Caleb Gedimer, Frank Perchik, Ryan Grant, Ryan Bruckner, Noel, James Taylor, Austin Bentheimer, Rucan, Brett Stratton, Chris Yacola, Cameron Shinoy, and Isaiah Williams was recently added as well. So they're definitely a strong team, making some big moves with what they did in Madison, and etc. And they have a podcast like no one ever was, as well as their own article site. And then here's some more teams. And here's another place I could defend some people by leaving them off. Not only teams, but I only put up to 3 players for each. So top cut is Alex Szymanski, Charlie Lockyer, Zachary Bukhari. They all have a few more people on the roster as well. 6 prizes I would have put as a big team, but they're not really a team, is what I understand from talking to them. But anyway, 6 prizes is one of the best and longest standing article websites for Pokemon. Very, very good writers, very, very good content. Definitely check that out. Xander Pero, Chris Szymanski, Alex Hill, and then you can say Travis Nunlist is on that team, and Mike Fouché and a few other people, and there are other people who write for them. But again, I don't think they consider themselves a team. At least that was what I heard from them last. So I didn't put them as one of the big five. NLG has Aaron Tarbell, James Arnold, Dustin Zimmerman, and a few others. They've had team booths and stuff at some of the big regionals. Sacker Scoop, as far as I know, is only Pablo Mesa and Sam Huff. But I think that is Chum Lee's team, so that's pretty cool. Check that out as well. Then we have Europe. So Europe has three big teams, I would say, and that's Limitless with the Schultz brothers, Nico and Jesper. They have limitlesstcg.com, one of the best websites. In fact, I use that website to make a lot of this PowerPoint, get a lot of this information. 8-Bit Planet, again, I don't really know if I don't know if they're exactly a team. They do test together a lot, but 8-Bit Planet is a store that sponsors Tord Reckliffe, Stefan Eriksson, and Pokemon Mentor. Complexity is probably the biggest team in Europe. Here's their lineup: Benjamin Pham, Mark Lutz, Mies, Alex, Joe Bernard, Tamau, Stephen Mao, Luke Kirkham, and Faith Achtener. I'm sure I mispronounced a lot there, but they've been making some moves and are probably the biggest team and have obviously a very strong lineup here. Then we have a few more teams. Great Counters, who is Thomas, Gindrich, and Martin. Then we have the Secrets. They have a fairly decent sized roster, but Pedro Torres is by far the standout player on that team. For the win, FTW with Goncalo and Paulo Mimoso. And then Team Italy, I think, is also a pretty grassroots team. You can see some of their players here. So that is, I would say, all the teams in Europe a lot of the teams from Europe, and I'm sure there are maybe more I don't know about. I'm trying to learn more about the European scene, and this was part of that. And then we have a few notable players who are not on teams: Sam Chen, Rahul Reddy, Ryan Sablehouse, Andrew Mahone, who is kind of sponsored by Darium, so Diego Casiraga, Brad Curcio, Gustavo Wada, Ian Robb, Peter Kika, Yue Chun, and then Brent Tonneson and Jordan Palmer are from Australia, I think. But yeah, so if you're looking to sponsor some players, these are some possible options. And here's another place that can offend people by leaving them off. I'm sure there are other great players who are not sponsored, but these are a few of them, like Frank Diaz, etc. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and hopefully this helps you understand a bit more about the pro scene in Pokemon.